And my general is getting really nice severe charge off. Excellent charge. So those pikemen were already engaged, and hammer and anvil, baby. Hello there, folks. Halfmate here. Truly hope you guys are having a lovely day. We're playing Rome 2 Dividend Impera mod multiplayer session 2v2. We have Hellenic Wars. One side, Epirus in Egypt. The other side is two of these Seleucid armies, and we're going to talk about army composition in a second. The rules are not more than 5 units, this 5 save units. Only single elephant or chariot or single artillery piece on the battlefield. And usual suspects are here. This is Epirus player. His name is Anime Kid. He has a very interesting army consisting of bronze shield pikemen. Then we have 3 of these Dispersion Thorax infantry, 2 of them protecting his pikes. And he has 2 Rhodian mercenary slingers as well as 3 Greek slingers. So he went slinger heavy. Very interesting skirmishing composition. Then he has 2 of these Agrian assault infantry. We can only see 1 at the time. The other one is probably hidden somewhere. And then he has 3 of spear unit protecting his left flank, and he has 3 of these citizen cavalry. Very interesting unit. They are solid melee attack, excellent melee defense, good armor. They have bonus versus infantry and cavalry, and quite fast. Speed is 7. This is Secret Squadron, excellent overall unit with really good armor of 41, excellent melee defense, solid charge, so very good choice for the general. And then we have Andreas. He is Egyptian player. He is bringing 3 of these Thorax pikemen in the center, has 5 of Ptolemy swordsmen. They're a cheaper type of sword-based infantry, 10 melee attack and 16 melee defense. Pretty good stats. They're lacking armor, and their morale is solid of 46. Then he has 2 of these guys, Galatian Thorax swords, and he has 2 Judean slingers, which are pretty good slingers, and Ptolemaic slinger, which is kind of bad considering their range and lack of missile damage. Then his cavalry unit on this flank is Late Secret Squadron. Excellent overall cavalry with amazing armor of 47. Very powerful unit. Then he has a single Thracian light cav for probably mobility purposes, and his general is Secret Squadron. Very heavy melee attack, excellent charge, not so good in the prolonged melee, but the armor is 47, so very well protected versus range units. On the other side, as my ally is Andre, and he is bringing a lot of melee infantry. So he has Tyreus swordsmen, 5 of them, 9 melee attack, 14 melee defense, and very low armor though. So they're susceptible to missile fire, 43 base morale, and his core melee infantry would be Silver Shield swordsmen, has 5 of them, I believe. And these guys have a melee attack of 16 and melee defense of 12, excellent armor and excellent morale. As a skirmishing component, he's bringing 4 Greek slingers, so good enough, better than his opponent on the left flank. And then he has 2 Tyria spears. He has 3 of Greek companions, including his general. These guys are excellent to charge, 50 melee attack, poor melee defense, but amazing charge bonus, great weapon damage. They have a good bonus versus infantry and cavalry, 47 armor for these guys, and speed of 7 in diamond formation. So this is my army now. I did not go with multiple units. I went with high quality ones, and you can see that I have 5 of these Silver Shield swordsmen. Again, they're excellent on the attack, solid melee defense, excellent armor and morale. And we have these 2 guys. There are Galatian Thorax swords, good unit as well. Then I have one Taria sword unit. This is the only thing I could afford, and the two Taria spears protecting my right flank. Then we have a light cav unit, Sarisa lancers, and I have companion cavalry. Two of these units. They have again excellent charge bonus. They're probably not as good as Greek companions, but pretty solid unit, and they have excellent speed of 8. And I have Ace in my sleeve. This is Syrian War Elephants, an amazing unit. So let's start. Before the battle starts, I just want to talk a bit about strategy. So when we were in, army creation, I wanted to go for the elephants, but my ally Andre was not really happy about my decision, to put it nicely, because elephants are very expensive. They cost about 4,600 denarii, and they're kind of a hit or miss unit. They're very powerful, can do a lot of killing, but the problem is their price, and this means that I will not be able to afford any skirmishing. So he was advising me to bring skirmishers instead, kind of a safer bet, but I was pushing back and I said, look, I'm gonna try it, and he had no other option. He had to agree. His condition was that he's gonna take the left flank. Why? Because he has 4 slingers opposing the 3 of the enemy slingers that belong to Egyptian player, and he will be able to fire in the unshielded side. You can see that soldiers are holding their shields on the left, while he will be firing on their unshielded side. So we agreed that Andre will be the first one to open the battle, and I came to an idea that I'm gonna hold the center with my heavy infantry and my cav. I'm gonna hold the center. I'm gonna deny the flank. I'm just gonna keep retreating towards the Epirus player, and our idea was that we're gonna go after Egyptian player, hoping that Epirus would not be fast enough to help his ally. And let's see what happens. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. I'm being more aggressive. We're testing water. We're just jostling for position, and kind of obvious thing is that Egyptian player is being very conservative. Look at his cap position behind his infantry, while Epirus is seeing the opportunity because I don't have much on this flank, so he's pushing with his cav. He's pushing with his main line over here. But look at this one. My ally's cav is looking very, very scary. In diamond formation, really cool. Getting ready to attack. Some initial skirmishing is happening. My Taria swordsmen are eating fire from these mercenary Rhodian slingers. They have excellent range, 215, and I'm just forced to retreat. So this will be the story of early game. Epirus player will try to force me to engage him, but why should I? This is the big issue. What is my winning condition? My winning condition is centered around elephants. If I can use them correctly, if I fail using them, this is GG for probably both me and my ally. And if I engage over here, right, I will have to use my elephants. They are not really in a position to be used because they either have to be on the extreme flank or there should be an opening. If I go over here, they have a lot of precursors with all of their infantry, and they have some pikes that can stop my elephants in their tracks. They have so many slingers, so if I try to enter, they're just gonna wait for me and kill me from all the sides, and this will neutralize all the denarii I spend on my elephant. On the right flank, real quick, these guys are not that good, as I said before. Citizen cavalry not bad, but not really good. I think I would have cav advantage unless his general joins in. I have 2 Taria spears. He has 1, but if the fight occurs over here, like far away from his slingers, the chances are I'm gonna win. But if it's somewhere in the range of his Rhodians, then things will go his way, right? And we have another interesting development. We have very courageous Taria spears unit. These guys are pushing ahead. They're spearheading the army, pun intended. And they look quite nice. Yeah, they're exchanging precursor javelins with the enemies. A lot of guys coming their way, but they're standing strong. Look at this one. An amazing volley. These guys are taking it like champs. This is quite bad for this unit. Now even the slingers are opening up. And if you think that this is foolish, it's actually not, because my ally did a purposeful thing. He's sacrificing one of his Teria spears. This is probably one of his cheapest units. And he just want to lure the enemy into using all of his precursor javelins. We have to use our elephants properly, and this is a good way to pull it off. So even though these guys did not suffer too many casualties, their HP is completely destroyed. You know, they got hurt, so they're gonna probably underperform in melee when it comes to that. And as we are pushing on our left flank, Epirus is being more aggressive on his right flank. But you can see that he brought 2 of these Agrianians and 1 Thorax infantry to support the Egyptian player. Clearly because I'm helping my ally so much, so he's helping him. And again, these guys are pushing in the center. I'm just falling back. I'm not willing to commit. And I'm not willing to be skirmished to death by those slingers. We can see Teria spears kind of providing shield for cavalry, for my ally. And he's using his slingers. They're probably in range, or they should be around in range. Oh yeah, they're very, very close to that range. On the other side, Emperor tried to kill my Sarissa Cav, hoping that I didn't see it, but I saw it, I reacted, and he decided to fall back. His guys are opening up with my guys, and I see it, I decide to retreat again. Okay, they're exchanging precursors now, yeah, which is pretty cool to see. I think that... yeah, Secret Squadron, the general of the Egyptian player, is getting targeted by slingers. I don't think he realized it. Oh, these guys are losing men quickly. We can see a lot of movement on this flank. What is bad for me now is that my Teria spears are way to the right flank. They're not here with my main force. Their initial idea was to protect the cavalry, but, you know, they're just way in the back. This is one of the issues for me. And Empress is really willing to commit. Before anything happens, let's discuss the current situation. Empress is being very aggressive. There are a couple of issues with this. So the first one is that he has pikemen. Pikemen are not great at engaging the enemy unless they're like elite Macedonian pikemen. These guys are not going to do a lot of killing. They can stop heavier units, heavy cavalry, elephants, but they're not going to do a lot of killing in hand-to-hand combat. They are outnumbered. So I have 5 units over here and 2 over there. He has only 5 units on this side. He has a lot of slingers in the middle that these guys haven't used their ammunition. They haven't done much. And he's being very aggressive now with his cav. He sees the opening. But remember that he's missing 3 melee units. Those guys are over here, right? Helping the Egyptian player. So he has to micro this section of the battlefield, and he has to micro everything over here. So let's see how it plays out. I'm again pulling back. Again, not willing to commit. I'm refocusing, reshifting my focus. And I see the opening. You can see my cav going behind the enemy lines. My general kind of flies too close to the sun, and he is burned by 2 Rhodian mercenary slingers. He's in diamond formation, but, you know, he's more susceptible to missile fire. And, yeah. A few casualties here. No, not too bad, though. Secret Squadron General got absolutely shreked. Destroyed by those slingers. These guys are just exchanging precursors still. And this is where our charge. I have the numbers advantage. These guys are exposed. Yeah, I'm bringing my Torrio spears. Now we're using our precursors, firing at the enemy pikemen. And initially, I believed that his cavalry will go over here, but he pivoted in the last moment. A very intelligent move, very interesting move. It's a risky maneuver, but potentially very powerful. I'm moving my elephants away. So I do not care about his cav that much. I care mostly about his skirmishers. Because if my elephants get bogged down by his cav, his skirmishers will be able to kill my elephants. So I'm just ignoring them. We get a good charge off. He charges back with pikes. And another interesting thing happens over here is that my ally realizes the severity of the situation. So he is denying the engagement. He does not want to sit here and fight. He's trying to pull back, right? Because he sees the danger. He's going to be pushing his Torrio spears to engage enemy cavalry. And he also going to be swinging his cav to assist on this flank. Well, on the other side, with my elephants running amok, he had an option, the Emperor's player, to sacrifice his general and try to slow down my elephants so his slingers could do some damage onto them. But he decided against it, and probably was a good decision because Sacred Squadron is an expensive general. He will probably get destroyed eventually. And as you can see, my cav, my Sarissa are coming from the other flank. My 2 cav units are also focusing on those guys, so probably a smart move to move his general away from the battle. Yeah, Andrew's bringing his cav now to this flank. Yeah, those guys are super scared immediately. Look at the casualties. Elephants are insanely good when it comes to melee. I form up like a shield wall the last moment, stopping the enemy cav from doing any serious damage to my guys. They haven't lost a single man in this engagement, but they're more of a melee cav. They're not meant for charging. And now my general enters the fray, and his skirmishers are done for. Nowhere to flee. We are repositioning on this flank. As you can see, we're facing those guys. And I'm using this sword infantry to protect my own from being rear charged, right? Those Torrio spears are engaging my elephants, and now these guys get a volley off, which is not good for my elephants. We are charging those Thracian light cavalry with my Sarissas and companions, so not gonna go well for them. There is a massive brawl in the center, or to the left flank, of course. So Andre is here being outnumbered and outmatched. He's using his cav to help me and to kind of seal off this area from Emperor's player. But Emperor's also has three melee infantry units. So those guys are broken. Skirmishers are basically gone. And I'm chasing after Emperor's cav. I'm not going to allow them to reform and do some more damage. On this side, I guess Andre is helping me chasing down enemy general with his own general. Those guys are basically broken. They're done. And my general is getting a really nice rear charge off. Excellent charge. So those pikemen were already engaged, and hammer and anvil, baby. That's it. My elephants are doing a great job. So many kills for them. They managed to basically rout 3 of these guys. And now my allies is helping me with his slingers. I'm probably going to do some friendly fire, and I lose some elephants, but was definitely worth it. We're rear charging these spikes. My general is super free, is having an easy time. These guys also got rear charged, so they are losing this engagement against my Torrio spears. Yeah, again, my general is charging in the back. That's it for this unit. We managed to kill another cav unit, and Now my elephants, we don't really care about those swords. We're trying to move on to the skirmishers or the enemy general. This guy has 57 men. Got absolutely destroyed by those slingers. Enemy general is trying to flee, but he has superiority in quality in melee versus Greek companions. And I'm eventually going to bring my Trio spears to assist. Oh yeah, those slingers just destroyed this general. Absolutely destroyed. 0 kills. And my elephants are chasing him down. Good engagement over here again. General is fleeing, so it affects morale of the troops. I'm going to use my elephants to deal with those slingers, and I'm going to use my Sarissa lancers to go after the general because they have superior speed, of course. Emperor general also broke at this time. Those guys are beginning to break. Being surrounded and all. No enemy heavy infantry in this area, so we're free to do whatever we like. And I'm trying to help my ally that's outnumbered in the infantry department. Those guys managed to rout my elephants, unfortunately. They did a great job, though. Here we have citizen cavalry facing off Trio spears. Probably not gonna go well for them. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is a healthy unit of Trio spears, so they're gonna win this engagement easily. Those guys are gone. And now I'm using my general again in rear charge. I'm a few seconds late because these guys break and these guys break, unfortunately. It would be much better of a charge if we did it while those guys were active. I popped rally, but, you know, a bit too late. We're winning the cavalry exchange as well. My general is running away from enemy pikemen, of course. Those guys are broken as well. Emperor General managed to survive, and he's fleeing for his life right now. I'm not gonna allow my general to get bogged down again, so we're just gonna chase after those guys. Oh, these ones are under a lot of pressure. Let me see this one. Oh, again, pincered. Really nice charge. I don't think these guys gonna... Yeah, they're wavering already. And here we had another great rear charge on these Torok swords. Probably not the smartest idea to keep diamond formation. Diamond formation is good against cavalry, but not as good against infantry. So, my bad. Or this is Andre's cav, so Andre's bad. Look at this. Just great charge. I was lucky not to get directly engaged by those pikemen, because I could lose my general over here. But by this time is already over. They have some forces in the center, but that's it. Again, these guys get charged. My general, again, beautiful, beautiful real charge. That's enough to break those guys. Yeah. And now the last units are breaking. Very interesting battle. Not super close, but very interesting from a maneuvering point of view. And this is probably the best battle I ever had. Only 300 casualties, a lot of kills. Look at the elephants. So technically, they cost as much as all of the slingers combined. And I'm not sure if they paid for themselves. They probably did. Killing those skirmishers and then killing some infantry, killing and routing those cavalry units. So they also caused a lot of mayhem in the back lines of the enemy. Very difficult to deal with. So definitely paid for themselves. They have 2 chevrons. My general had an easy time. Never faced enemy cav. So he managed to ramp up a lot of kills, a lot of rear charges. These guys as well had an easy time. My sword units did a great job. These guys were fighting 2 pike units, so they got heavily depleted, but overall very, very impressive performance. Emperor's player did a solid job, and I know he was microing it 2 flanks simultaneously. This was a big problem for him, and he felt pressure to do something, right? Because Egyptian player decided to hold his ground. Emperor's player had to do something to counterbalance the situation. His maneuver was very bold, very aggressive, and if it came a bit later, once Andre was already engaged on his flank, this would be probably much more successful. But because Andre did not engage his opponent at that time, he had enough resources and time to fight off the cavalry charge. So this probably ended up the battle. But you can see some other performances. Andre units did a great job overall. Excellent job by the slingers. These guys killed the general. The general did nothing the entire battle. So it's a huge investment. And Pikes did well for the most part, but just they were outnumbered late in the game and they couldn't do much. These slingers were about to lose for sure. They're inferior to what Andre brought. So as I said, very, very interesting battle. Kudos to the players. Andre has a Discord channel, YouTube channel, so it will be in the description below if you want to check it out and learn a bit more about DEI. That's it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. Bye bye for now.